Sir, as the House knows, the country is passing through a very difficult period. The economy is under great strain. The economy survey presented to the House portrays the real state of the economy, and we have not tried to hide the facts. Therefore, it is nothing surprising that this situation was reflected in the debate in this House. When we are in difficulties, naturally, we try to use some harsh words also. As far as I am concerned, I am not hurt by the harsh words used by some honorable members when they criticized the working of the ministry. I take the criticism only as an inducement for making greater efforts to remedy the situation. Sir, every member was concerned about the stagnation in industrial production. Some years ago, industrial progress in our country had to face difficulties because of the recession which set in after 2 years of severe drought. I cannot say that we have managed to get over those difficulties completely, even though there has been some spurt in industrial production in recent years. The tempo of progress has not picked up to the extent necessary. Therefore, we have to take an overall view of the entire situation and find out the basic causes for the stagnation. Unless this is done, we may fail to attain our objective of pushing up industrial production, even though we may attempt to take action here and there. In my view, one of the reasons for the slow growth is the inadequacy of the basic infrastructure which is required for industrial development. Unfortunately, in the availability of coal, power, and transport facilities, we are not in a comfortable position. All these three are interdependent, and the shortfall in one affects the other. We need coal for generating electricity in our thermal stations. So, unless coal is available, we cannot have power generation. Even if coal is available, it will be of no use if it is not moved to the consuming point for the purpose of generating electricity. For transporting coal in large quantities, we depend on our railways. Again, we cannot run our railways if coal is not available. So this becomes a vicious circle, and therefore there are the three areas where the government has to concentrate its attention. When this end in view, we have recently constituted a cabinet committee so as to bring about coordination among the various ministries for the purpose of achieving results. Instead of following the old procedure which involves delay, we now try to take decisions in an expeditious manner after having discussions across the table in the meetings of this committee. Though I am not prepared to say that we have reached the maximum efficiency in this regard, I am quite confident that we are moving in the right direction. Sir, any industrial development in a country like ours has got to take place keeping in view the need for maintaining a regional balance. Though we are very conscious of this well accepted principle, we have to put up with the keen competition that often arises in the matter of getting districts declared as industrially backward. The fact is that, in spite of this declaration, the progress made has not been quite satisfactory. Over the years, the number of licenses issued in backward areas has not increased in a very dynamic way. Therefore, we have to take into account the factors which contribute to the hesitancy of industry to go to these backward areas. Sir, you may take a horse to the water, but you cannot force it to drink. Unless some facilities are available, you cannot expect a person just to go to the backward area and establish an industry there. This is where the concept of growing centers comes in. Therefore, we are identifying the growth centers in such areas and also try to provide necessary facilities in such places. In this connection, I want to make one thing quite clear. Just pushing one big industry into a backward area is not going to remove its backwardness. To think in such terms will be to indulge in an illusion. What is required is a comprehensive development of that area on the basis of agricultural development and development of industries based on agricultural raw materials. Another factor which has come into prominence during the last 3 or 4 years is that industry cannot function in isolation. It is related to agriculture more than anything else because many of the raw materials required for our in traditional industries have to be provided by agriculture. Whenever there is a failure in agriculture and the raw materials are not available automatically, these industries get affected. In the same way, agriculture today cannot function without industrial backing because it is no longer a subsistence agriculture. The modernized agriculture requires various industrial inputs if production is to be increased. Therefore, in matters pertaining to industrial development, we have to take decisions taking into account all the sectors of the economy as a whole. Sir, we seem to think that in the present situation where resources are scarce, any expenditure on the development of science and technology is a luxury. On the other hand, it is only the application of science and technology which would enable us to utilize whatever resources we have to the maximum advantage. Because agriculture has got a preeminent place in our economy, we have given it the first priority in our technology plan. As a matter of fact, we produce enough agricultural commodities in India. If we avoid the wastages that happen after the harvest, we will be a surplus country. Therefore, post-harvest technology is an important as the technology proceeding it. That is the main area to which we have given emphasis. The second area is fuel and energy. As you are aware, a new situation has come about because of the oil crisis. In my opinion, this is a blessing in disguise. We have to develop various alternative sources of energy like the solar energy. In all these efforts, it is the human material which counts. Unfortunately, we have the best talents in the various fields of science and technology. This large reservoir of talents gives us a new hope as we march forward towards industrial prosperity.